Okay, I'm here with Stephen Town, and Stephen, what is your goals for the upcoming 24 season?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a couple goals for this year. So one goal for our team is I'm hoping we finish in the top 3 in the Myra points. We had a really good run going last year. We had a little bit of a tough break in Lincoln, but that's a big goal for me, is to have a consistent run throughout the Myra races. We'd really like to have a good showing out at Eagle River. That race for us has always been a really wild weekend. We have a ton of ups and downs, but we're really hoping to have a good run out there, and then finally to have a nice day running at the Sioux. We had really good luck last year qualifying, and then a little bit of a tough ride at the Sioux, but hopefully we'll be able to put one together this year for the Sioux.
All right, Stephen, out of all the races that you run in the upcoming year, what is your favorite race?
Yeah, I think my favorite race is probably Lincoln. That track is just a really fun one to ride. It's big, it's fast, and we usually have a pretty good run up there. So I think I'm most looking forward to the Lincoln race.
Okay, I'm here with Tyler Town, and just wanted to ask Tyler, what is your goals for the upcoming 2024 race season?
This year, I would love to have a good run at the Sioux. I run with Kovar Pike Racing in the Enduros, and we had a great run at Eagle River. I'd love to carry that into next year, and then if we can keep up the speed and take it into the Sioux, I'd be more than happy to win that one.
All right, Tyler, out of all the races that you do in the year, what is your favorite race to run?
I would have to stick with Eagle River on that. We've had pretty good luck running out there, and it's a very interesting track to race at. It's tight enough, but you can get really good speed down the straightaway, so it makes for good racing.
Okay, I'm here with Matt Town. Matt, what is your upcoming goal for the 24 season?
Got a couple goals for this season. First would be to be in the top 3 in the Myra points. It'd be also really nice to win one of these Myra races. And the next would to have a little better run at the Sioux this year. Our first year up there we did pretty good. I'd like to be in the top 3 this year.
Okay, Matt, out of all the tracks that you run in the upcoming season, what is your favorite track?
You know, I'm a big fan of Eagle River. That's a really fun track to race on. But even after last year at the Sioux, I would have to say my favorite track is the Sioux. It's not like anything else you're going to race. It's fast. The corners are completely different from each other. So yeah, my favorite track would be the Sioux.
All right, Stephen and Tyler, what do you do to prepare for the upcoming race season?
I try to get into the gym 5-6 days a week, and then I might not be built like it, but I'm a bit of a runner. So I try to run 15-20 miles a week and just keep the cardio up, because these sleds aren't the easiest things to run for 55-70 laps.
And then I try to go to the gym fairly consistently throughout the year, and then the second half of the summer, my uncle and I actually bike in the Iceman race. So it's a mountain bike race from Kalkaska to Traverse City. So that kind of ramps up the training a little closer to what we would be doing during the race season. So we had that race last weekend, and then Tyler and I always run the turkey trot on Thanksgiving morning, so it's always a good check-in for both of us to make sure we've been working hard and getting ready for the race season.
Okay, so in the turkey trot race, who's the winner?
Oh, it's very competitive. We go back and forth.
I think I got something for him this year.
Yeah, I think my favorite running race we ever did was a couple years ago. Tyler and I did the half marathon in Traverse City, and we ran the entire race within like 10 feet of each other, and we sprinted all the way down Front Street and finished within arms.
7 blocks long?
Yeah, finished within arm's length of each other after 13.1 miles.
That is awesome. Okay, I'm here with Kristen. She's the social media director for Town Brother Racing. Kristen, what's it like a day in the life of being the social media director?
Well, it's super fun. I take tons of pictures, tons of videos. I even help with the actual pit crew. If you are in an arm's reach in the trailer, Greg will make you become a part of the pit crew. So I do the tether, and I've helped with the gas too, but it's just a great weekend, and I love it.
All right, one last question. Do you see yourself jumping on one of them sleds and racing one day?
No, that's a no.
Okay, I'm here with Darlene Town. Darlene, tell us, what's it like watching all 3 of your boys race?
Oh, it's extremely exciting to see them living out their dreams and going against each other. They've been competitive their whole life, so I had a feeling that this is probably what they would end up doing in some type of racing.
Being a former drag racer on a snowmobile, all 3 of your boys are racing a 50-lap shootout at, let's say, Lincoln. Who wins?
It's a 3-way tie.
Okay, I'm here with the Town Brothers, and the question I'm going to ask them is, You guys are doing a 50-lap shootout at Eagle River. Which one of you win?
It's such a tough answer. Matt will probably jump the start, and then there will probably be some bumping and banging. We're pretty competitive siblings, so I'm going to say I would be the one that wins. Matt might beat us to the first corner, but he's maybe not going to make it the whole 50 laps, so Matt might end up in the hay.
I'll be in the first 25.
Exactly.
I think I'll be hanging in it.
Yeah, me and Tyler will be battling there for 48 laps, and then we'll see how it goes for the
Who
last
gets more
couple.
creative at the end.
I'm here with Town Brother Racing again, and I'd like to just ask you guys a question. What was the Sioux I-500 start like last year up till maybe like the first 10 or 12 laps?
Yeah, it was a bit of a tough start for us. Took the green flag, and in the middle of 1 and 2, the sled had some suspension issues and tossed me off the sled, and that's about as far as my memory goes until about middle of the day.
Yeah, so when you're at the I-500 and you're down on the pit row, it's very hard to see what's going on in the race. So, you know, we're sitting there, and I was supposed to be riding the sled second, but it was going to be 100 laps before I was getting on, so I was nowhere close to ready. And my dad came over the radio and said we were involved, but we saw Matt go ripping back down the backstretch, so we figured it was, you know, a really small accident. We were ready to keep going, but once we started hearing Matt talking over the radio, it was we could tell something was a little up.
Yeah, my job at the Sioux is basically to stand on the back bank and kind of watch how the sled's going and the amount of fuel we have left. And of course, on the first lap, it's pretty uneventful. And coming out of turn 2, I saw commotion, snow dust, and I just happened to catch the number 2 going through the air. So when I saw that, I got on the radio and I said, oh boy, we were just involved in whatever that was. And then it was a very short time later, Matt come down the backstretch, so we figured it was okay. So I got on the radio with Matt and asked him if everything was all right with the sled, and he said I bent my handlebars really bad. I'm like, all right, no problem, just bring it in, we'll get it fixed, and we got a long race to go yet. So he went down the front stretch through 1 and 2, and it's coming down the back stretch again. I'm like, Matt, you got to bring it in, and he said I can't. I'm like, why not? And he said, well, the pits are closed. He said, it doesn't really matter, your sled's damaged, they're going to let you come in and fix the sled. It's not a normal pit stop. So he goes down the front stretch, goes through 1 and 2 again, doesn't come in. I get back on the radio, I said, Matt, you got to bring the sled in so we can fix it. And he said, I can't. I'm like, Matt, you have to. He goes, I can't, I don't have any brakes. I said, all right, just coast in, you'll be fine. So he comes back down the front stretch again, goes back by 1 and 2, and I get on the radio, I said, Matt, you really have to bring the sled in. He goes, I can't, they're going back to green next lap. I said, Matt, you do not need to take the green flag. Get in the pit so we can fix the sled. Takes the green flag, and he made 1 or 2 laps under green. And I told him, I said, Matt, don't cut across traffic, but you need to get in the pits. So he came in the pits and got off the sled, and I generally don't have to have a conversation with the driver. We're going to get the sled fixed. We're getting after Steven to get ready to get on it, because we didn't want Matt right back on it because we didn't know what happened. So Matt just walked in the trailer. We straightened out the handlebars, straightened out the brakes. The handle had just gotten twisted. Put him back on. Steven takes off down to continue. No radio. We just want him to run till the next caution, and we'll figure it out.
It's
Just
a
get out
tough
there
100
and make
laps with no windshield.
Yeah, no windshield. That's right. The windshield was gone, and it was very cold last year.
Yeah.
So we just told him to go and make laps until we could sort this thing out. And then when I walked into the trailer to talk to Matt, it was very obvious that he didn't really know where he was at. And then he showed me his helmet, and I was like, okay, well, I guess that makes sense. And I said, you do realize I was trying to get you into pits? And he goes, what? So he doesn't remember any of that conversation. Of course, I was getting very frustrated because he wouldn't come in. But then when we realized later, the reason he didn't come in is he didn't even know he was at the race anymore.
Yeah, he was asking me over the radio when he was trying to get Matt in the pits why he won't come in, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm hearing the same thing you are. I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, so this year we're hoping to definitely have a better first couple laps of the race.